All right, everybody. So we are recording. Welcome to our Thursday session. Today, we will exclusively talk about the Dubai event. So the whole purpose of this meeting today will be give you some updates from Dubai. So we will not follow the philosophy, what happened in Dubai stays in Dubai. We will give you all the details, everything that we have seen and heard in Dubai. And with me today, we have Sebastian from Germany. And I picked Sebastian because I felt like he was paying more attention to what was said on stage than I was, because he knows every detail, so he can fill my gaps, right? So that's why I really appreciate you coming on, Sebastian. A few words about yourself before we start.
Yeah, first of all, good afternoon in the round, and thanks a lot for the invite. Huge pleasure to be here in this round and in this call today. And I see some familiar names, and also some got their videos on. So who else would like to join with video? You're warm welcome. It's always great to see, and especially, yeah, greetings to Stephen. I remember I've seen you also in Dubai, and there are a couple of other people that I remember that I've seen in person. Yeah, from my side, yeah, I'm also from the very beginning at Daisy, and I think a couple of you could say the same. I think I made my due diligence backwards in October or November 2020. Amazing ride so far, and we have a couple of news coming down the road, and a very long presentation that Eugene and I try to summarize in a nutshell, which is not easy. And I'm looking forward. Yeah, Eugene, I think you'll start and give an overview, and then we proceed from there.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. So again, welcome, Sebastian. Welcome, everybody. So I'm looking at the chat. We have people from all over the world: Saudi Arabia, Lesotho, Bali, Greece, Amsterdam, Jerusalem. Wow, Malaysia, Norway, Ireland. Wow, very international crowd. And this is what I also saw in Dubai. We had people, I don't know from how many nations, but it was very, very diverse, but we'll talk about that as well. So, and as Sebastian mentioned, we have prepared some updates for you. I know there is a big global call tomorrow, but I don't think the founders will go into a lot of details on what was discussed in Dubai. I think it will be pretty high level. And in this call, we want to break it down to every detail. Well, not every detail, but a lot of details. This is not dev by PowerPoint. We only have, I don't know, 15 slides. So because we also want to show you some impressions from Dubai for those people who were not there. I guess you guys want to see the setup. You want to see how the whole thing was organized and so on. North America, welcome. Virginia, Estonia. Wow. Okay. So yes, you guys know me. I'm Eugene, and I guess Sebastian will call me Eugen. This is the German pronunciation of my name. So if you hear that, he's referring to me. So don't get confused. And let's get started. So first, I want to mention a few key points that we learned from Dubai. And I guess some of you have seen the summary that was posted in some of the channels. So, and I think the biggest item, well, in my mind anyway, is that Daisy crowdfund will end in 90 days. Well, end sounds like something negative, but it's actually a beginning of something new, which will be a totally licensed and regulated hedge fund. And on the 1st of June, we should see that. You know, this is the target date. Will they meet the date? We don't know, but this is at least the goal. Tier 1 ends. So I think you guys heard about or have seen news that the Tron blockchain increased the fee or changed the way the energy fee is calculated. And that made buying tiers pretty expensive. I think meanwhile we pay 500 TRX per tier. So that's why they decided to combine the crypto tier and the Forex tier into one combo pack, right? So now if you are buying tier 1, you are actually buying one crypto tier and one Forex tier. So the 500 TRX, you pretty much spend on two different packages, right? So this way you save 50% of the fee, and you will get exposed to crypto as well, because meanwhile people tend to join Forex only, but with this initiative people will be encouraged to go into crypto as well. As far as Endotech equity is concerned, this will be discontinued for tiers 1 and 2. So you will start earning Endotech shares with tier 3, but we will talk about details in a few moments. The Forex Builder qualification ends with the crowdfund end, right? So this is nothing negative, because we will continue being paid on those pools. We just cannot qualify anymore after end of May. We cannot qualify anymore. So the same is true for achievers. So we still can qualify for the achievers bonus until May 31st. And those shares will continue being paid, but we cannot qualify with the hedge fund. And then this is also a big item for some of the geographies, especially low-income geographies. We will have momentum packs beginning with tier 3, right? So in the current model, or in the previous model, we were eligible for momentum packs beginning with tier 5, and now we can start buying momentum packs with tier 3. Just a reminder, a momentum pack is where 90% of your contribution goes into trading. So, and this will this promo will be valid until the end of May. And then Liquid NFT. So there was a big presentation about Liquid NFT in Dubai. So, and the project has officially launched, and we will give you some details on that as well. And yeah, there will be a big leadership event in Thailand this year, end of this year in December. And there is some qualification rules associated with that. And the next big event, the next big global event, just like the one that happened in Dubai, will happen in Dubai again, and will be in February 2024. So, and we will give you all the details in a few moments. But before we move on, let me ask you, Sebastian, what is the most exciting item for you out of this list that you see in front of you?
Thanks for this question. This is not easy to answer. And if I'm even stepping 3 steps back, how do you start a presentation after such a meeting? And I think it was the right decision, even though some people might be confused at the moment with all the announcements that have been made. And this is just a small summary, and we will go into further details in a couple of moments. But what I can say, despite these facts and all these announcements, just seeing so many people from all around the world in one single place, and with coming from different kind of areas, regions, countries, with different religions, different colors, it didn't matter. And I think it was the largest convention I've ever seen at DAISY, as far as I remember. I'm not sure if we finally had around, but I think should be roughly 3,000 people, maybe a little bit less, but somewhere between that. And we will show you a few pictures on that. And this is to see everybody, independently of, let's say, current situations that we see ongoing in the world, without going into details, to see everybody in one place, being peaceful together and having such an familiar atmosphere. It felt like coming home, yeah, like being in a big family. And a couple of people I was not able to meet before, even friends, people that became friends over the last couple of years, but due to the fact that they lived so far away, we didn't have any chance to meet. And it was great to see so many people in one place and meeting, like a big family, and having amazing 2 days. And I mean, the event was 2 days itself, but there was so many meetings before that and after that, and a couple of other let's call it side meetings. That was just a really, really amazing time.
Right, I agree, Sebastian. I think we had almost 3,000 members or participants in the event. And yes, let's just share a few pictures so people who are not in Dubai can see what really happened there, if you don't mind.
Of course.
So yes, this is just some impressions from Dubai. I know Sebastian took this picture, right? With the Burj Khalifa in the background. I think you were in the Marriott.
Yeah, we had very good luck. This was a JW Merit. We had very good luck with the rates, and this was on the 70. No, what is this? The 72nd floor. So really, really high, probably 350 meters. I am not sure if I've been so high before. And you see, this was just an evening picture from the city. And if you've not been to Dubai, then wait until the last slide and try to take your chance. It's an amazing city, and I always love to come back. But also the picture on the left-hand side, it was, I think, the absolutely right decision to move from the Coca-Cola Arena to the other place, which is, I think it was
Madinat.
Madinat, no? Madinat, and I think that was the right name. Just try to spell it in the right word and just look it up. This was a very, Madinat Arena was close to the Jumeirah Alcazar, which is also an amazing hotel. So the area, and you see on the left the palms and so on, was an amazing time. February is winter time in Dubai, which means the temperature are let's say for European style, okay. It felt more like summer. So we had, I think, maximum 25 degree, and I think the lowest were maybe 18 or something. So this was coming from freezing Germany, where we got near 0 or even minus degree. It was just amazing to be in the warm, in the sun, and and enjoying the time together.
Right. And what you guys see here, this little wave, that was one of the themes of the event, Daisy Waves, they called it. We've seen that hashtag Daisy Waves all over the place. And what you see here is this little model, how should I call it, little display that they have organized outside of the venue. Let me show you this. So this hashtag Daisy Waves was everywhere in videos, in those promo videos, on different slides. And here on the right, you see my friend Omondi from Kenya enjoying his Achievers Trophy, which is also a model of this wave, of the Daisy Wave. That one was very heavy. Oh my God, I think it was 10 kilogram. What is it in pounds? 20 pounds. And imagine those Japanese tiny ladies, carrying this home to Japan. Wow. So yeah, that was the trophy, and that represented waves. Why waves? Because Daisy is making a lot of waves. There's a lot of buzz around Daisy. I think we are meanwhile 191,000 people in Daisy, something around that. So yes, a lot of momentum coming. And this is just a few pictures from the event. So what you see here on the left, like a big crowd going towards the venue, queuing up for the registration. I mean, this registration process was big. I mean, there were so many people queuing up, like thousands of people wanting to register. So, and they have to scan your wallet, so the shares can be paid out. That people got paid for attending the event. So there is two pools that Dubai attendees can participate in. One pool just for attending, and one pool for inviting free people to Dubai. So we basically get paid for attending the event. And then you will see a few displays that were arranged inside the venue. You see those brand walls with some Daisy in the background, with some Daisy animations in the background. Here on the right, you will see the registration desk for not only paysetters, but for all people. So it was very crowded. I was afraid that we will not start on time, because I mean, when I arrived, I saw like a huge queue, thousands of people waiting for the registration. So this is a few pictures from the inside as well. Here on the right, you see the setup of the stage. Here you see Caroline presenting on stage. What else do we have? Yeah, this is just to give you an impression how big the whole thing was. There were people sitting right and left upstairs. The leaders, achievers, and paysetters were sitting in the front, right? I think you, Sebastian, were sitting in the second row. I was sitting in the third row. So yeah, very impressive. Don't you think so, Sebastian?
Yeah, definitely. And I remember that originally the event had been sold out, and then I think a couple of hundred tickets were sold at a later stage, and then they rearranged the seatings. And as you can see it, at least in small, that people are sitting upstairs, even on the first floor around, and that there are really large televisions showing in all directions, so that everybody can see the stage. That was really impressive that so many people attended, and get paid just for attending the event, which I think, at least I have never heard before, that this is possible.
Right. Yeah, the setup was very professional. I really enjoyed it. And we had very cool speakers on stage. Obviously, Dr. Anna Becker was one of the highlights here, being on stage, trying to be a showmaster, if you remember, doing this little, give me an I, give me an A, give me an I, give me an AI. So that was cool.
What I always say, what you have to keep in mind is, and we both know Dr. Anna from the very beginning. She is a math genius, and she's, from what I see, absolutely introvert. She hates to be on stage. This is not what she likes to be, and it's amazing to see her progress over the last 2.5 years, from not even ready to talk upstairs, and now talking in front of 3,000 people, and even making a small show. But the small show was one part. What I was even more impressed was her explanation on what they've been working on over the last 2.5 years, especially the differentiation between normal algo trading, which you see nearly everywhere nowadays, but how AI trading really works, and how AI is, and you see a couple of pieces here, and I know it's just a screenshot, and I hope that the presentation has been somehow recorded and can be shared on a later stage, but really explaining in detail how they evaluate the market, the different players, and how they come to a decision. And that was very impressive to see. And this was, I think, one of the most professional presentations I've seen from Dr. Anna for quite a while.
Yeah, it was very technical as well. I mean, you could see people falling asleep right and left, but it was very detailed, very sophisticated. And what you see on the screen right now, this is all the different elements that that feed the AI, right? This is all technical and fundamental pieces, that are part of the whole thing. So it's very sophisticated, very complicated, but obviously she understands how it works. And
her team.
And that makes you guys understand why crowdfunding was needed. It's still needed, but it's a very complex process. A lot of input needs to be given, or needs to be provided, and none of those items come for free, right? You need quants, you need scientists, you need to get access to the right information, which is not for free many times. So yeah, that really makes you understand why this whole thing is so massive.
And what I'm impressed, just to comment on that, is that the AI is trading fully automized. Nobody's intervening. Yeah, even with the first version, which is trading since 2018, nobody's intervening. All the people around that are sitting in Israel and in Tel Aviv, these are all technical guys just getting the next version of the AI or improving the AI, but nobody's intervening in the trades. That is for me very impressive.
Right. I agree. We also had the Daisy lawyer on stage. His name is Daniil. I think he is based out of Estonia. Yeah, I think he is. And he was talking about the regulatory framework of the hedge fund. Obviously, establishing a hedge fund is not an easy thing, right? You need all the licenses, all the approvals, you need contracts. It's a very complex process, and he was on stage explaining all the different steps that they will undertake to make it possible that we have a hedge fund with the 1st of June, right? And we will talk about the hedge fund in a few moments. We will just give you an idea of what it will be, right? We still cannot tell you 100% how the hedge fund will look like. Not even the founders can do that. They have ideas, they have a vision how the fund will look like, but we still don't have 100% certainty how it will look like. All right, so what you see here is the recognition part. So this is achievers being recognized on stage. I think there were, was it 300 people recognized on stage? Something like that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, and what you see here on the right, this is the DAISY ring. So those people that were recognized, they all received the DAISY ring that you see here on the right. So we had to provide our ring sizes so they can produce those customized rings for the achievers. And yeah, what you see here is the recognition part, you know, calling out every achiever one by one with the name on the screen. Yeah, that happened on the second day. And now I think we are ready to talk about the hedge fund, are we?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, let us try to explain what the hedge fund will be. Well, technically we should have Daniel here on the call, so he makes sure we don't say anything wrong. So that's why here is a huge disclaimer, everybody. Sebastian and myself, we don't know 100% how the hedge fund will look like, but we will show you what we know, pretty much what we know as of today, right? So
yeah, it's our personal impression. Yeah, this is the don't take us to court if we misunderstood something or yeah like this. We'll take our impressions and all the information that has been given and that we know. And the good thing is tomorrow is the next global update, so maybe there are even more information coming up. But everything goes step by step.
Right. So ideally, with the 1st of June, DAISY will migrate into a fully licensed hedge fund, right? So this is the goal. So, and the existing DAISY trading algos will not change. Well, they will change, but they will continue working. They will continue working. And some people ask, how will the algos be developed still, right? After the crowdfunding is done? The answer is yes. They just will not use the crowdfunding money for that, right? They will, they will fund it with a different source of funding, right? But the development of the AI will continue. However, there will be no new Endotech shares issued and distributed to members from the 1st June, right? So if you guys want to secure Endotech shares, you will have 90 days time. Today is the 2nd, well, 89 days, right? If you want to secure Endotech shares. Testing and development officially ends May of 31st, but again, the development will still continue, but not through crowdfunding. The trading rewards will continue to be paid out. This is probably the most important thing. So if you joined today or months ago, beginning 1st of June, nothing will change as far as your trading rewards. So you will continue being paid. The referral plan will continue. And this is still the biggest unknown to me because the referral plan will change, so that we know, but we don't know how it will change. We just know that the idea of the founders is to decrease the upfront commissions and to increase the residual. So to me personally, residual is where the biggest power is as far as the referral plan. This is my favorite bonus. I don't know how you feel, Sebastian, but this is to me the most important. And obviously the founders feel the same. So that's why the upfront will be reduced and the back end will increase.
Yeah, residual. Do you have another point?
I have one.
Let's show first all. Yeah, perfect. Let's show first all points.
Well, obviously KYC will be required for the hedge fund. This is clear. I think this is a no-brainer. So there is still some uncertainty around people that have multiple accounts, right? And one of the ideas is that those multiple accounts, if you own, let's say 10 accounts, one of the ideas is, again, this is just an idea for now, that people will get the choice to combine those 10 accounts, let's say, into one and migrate it into the hedge fund and do the KYC on that account. right? But there will be a solution anyway, right? So don't panic, don't get nervous. There will be a solution for people with multiple accounts. And the last item I want to mention before I hand over to Sebastian, the IPO will likely happen 24. Well, mid 24 was one of the dates we heard, but it might become 2025. But yes, the goal is to have the IPO next year or 2025.
So there are a couple of very important points, especially if you're looking at the big picture. When we go into the future, the 1st of June, then the crowdfunding is running for 2.5 years. And for everyone who was there from the beginning, then we had a couple of challenges with the smart contract, and a couple of things were ongoing. So we had highs, we had lows, and everything was developing. So for me, it was very important that I know the founder, I know Dr. Anna Becker personally, I know most of the leaders. I know this is a real project with real issues. That was always from the very beginning the most important thing for me to see, okay, they have real issues, and how do they handle the issues? Do they just try to find short-term solutions, or do they really try to find long-term solutions? And even I remember last year in, I think it was June or July, we had a meeting, an event with the founders here in Germany, Cologne. And after this event, the next day, I had roughly 2 hours time to talk to them one-on-one. And even at that day, they already knew, yes, we will get this hedge fund license. And they were already working in the background roughly another year or 1.5 years back. So at the time where the crowdfunding started, they were already thinking about this hedge fund and how to get this into place. And you can imagine, I'm not sure if everybody's fully aware of what a hedge fund is. Just look into Wikipedia and have a look, because from all I'm seeing is what the founders are doing here has never been done before. First of all, usually a hedge fund is for either high paid individuals, but normally only for institutional investors. And that they open a hedge fund for retail investors that can start with a couple of $100, whatever will the formal, let's say, entry fee in future will be. This is amazing. The other thing is usually a hedge fund is run by a couple of, let's say, high-paid bankers and brokers who try to read the market, who try to make profits and so on. So here, this is not the case. This is a hedge fund which is fully automated by AI. So the AI is doing the trading. We're doing the trading in crypto AI. We're doing the trading in Forex AI. And some of you might remember the roadmap. There are other markets that will come up sooner or later. We've talked in the past about option trading. We talked about shares trading. These are things that has not been in the focus on this event, but these things are coming still down the road, but fully automated. And the third thing is that we are running on smart contracts. Fully automated. The payment when you want to start, as well as the payouts when you receive your profits, and this combination is very, very powerful. So the other thing is, if you're looking at when we're doing an equity crowdfunding, and of course there are some regulations around that, and there's a reason why a couple of countries cannot join because of the jurisdiction, but still we are formally in more than 100 countries with the crowdfunding. And now imagine we need a hedge fund which has a similar license, which is valid in all countries where crowd participants have been joining Daisy. So this is also a huge task to ensure legal compliance. And it looks to me that they are on a quite good track, even though they did reveal too many details on how exactly the organization will look like, where the headquarter will be, and so on, and how the licenses will look like. But all of this is very, very positive scene, because if you're going to the back office, and I'm not sure about the last couple of $1 million, but I think we have at least $320 million in trading, or maybe even a little bit more. And this it took us roughly 2.5 years to come here. And what's not here on the on the slide, but what explicitly Jeremy said is I think he used the term limitless a couple of times, and we'll come back to that later. So he want to build a hedge fund that has never been built before, and even with these three attributes that I mentioned before, that it is global, that retail can participate, that we have the AI for trading, that we have smart contracts that do all the processing. This is already amazing, but he said formally on stage to us that his goal is that 100, and I need to be very careful in English, I think it's 100 billion, right, Eugene? 100 billion dollars in trading they want to have. So this is their goal. And if you're looking where we are now at roughly 320 million, it means we currently have 0.3% of the vision from the founders, in which direction they want to go. And we already had amazing 2.5 years, also especially with the results that we've seen over the last 11 months. And now think what will happen when we have this hedge fund from full licensing in place. I mean, one thing is that we can join in, that we can, as retail investor can go in. But the point is, once you have all this legislation done, then also other entities can join. Other hedge fund might join, other banks might join, maybe family offices might join, and they might come with complete different volume than we are used to it in the retail space. So what Jeremy said is that his goal is that $1 billion are going into the hedge fund on a monthly basis. This is his goal. This is where he wants to get in. He said to us clearly, focus on where we are now, focus on the next 3 months and build your organization, and let us do the rest. I think that was the clear message. And this is by that we're coming, for example, also to the next slide with building our organization, because this is and I think give back to Eugene in a second. What we have in front of us over the next 3 months is amazing, because even, and these are my own words, this is not what Daisy said, we can build our own hedge fund here at this stage. Again, these are my own words, and it's just to understand what I want to say is, because the existing structure in terms of residual income will stay the same. So the more people you get on board and the more people are joining in your organization, you will earn long-term from that under legal jurisdiction. And that's very, very impressive. But you see, I'm getting excited about that, Eugene. I'm giving back before we're crossing the lines in terms of time.
No worries, Sebastian. Yeah, good information. Yeah. Thanks. And just because you mentioned smart contracts, so the smart contract will remain, right? So we will keep the smart contract. What might change is the entry level. So I see a typo on my slide. Anyway, we'll correct it later. So they might increase the minimum, right? And we will probably not have to go for the different tiers. We can go straight to whatever amount we want to go. And the Pacesetter program will likely remain, right? But what will discontinue is what you see in front of you now, the builders and achievers pools. So the pools will exist after the 1st of June, but the qualification will end. So you have 90 days to qualify for those two pools, right? And those pools will no longer be diluted after the 1st of June. So you qualify now and you will continue receiving shares out of the pool until end of May 2024. So for 1 year, those pools will not be diluted, guys. So this is, I think, one of the strategies. If you want to go all in, one of the strategies should be trying to achieve those two pools, trying to achieve to get into those two pools before they discontinue the program, right? The next item is, and this item is big for some of the markets, right? Especially low income markets. I think for some people, this is the biggest item that was announced in Dubai, because with the previous program, you had to go all the way to tier 5 to qualify for momentum packs. And now you only need 3 tiers to qualify for momentum tiers. So what is 3 tiers? This is 200 for the combo pack, 200 for the second tier, and 400 for the third tier. What is it? Help me with the math, please. 800? Yeah.
800, yes.
You need $800 to qualify for the momentum tiers. And momentum tiers are very powerful because 90% will go into trading. So you will pretty much optimize your trading volume. And as a sponsor, you will optimize your residual, right? So, and Endotech shares will be available from tier 3, right? So tier 1 and 2 will no longer have shares, but from tier 3, I think with tier 3, you get 1 share and then it will double with every tier. Is that correct, Sebastian?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, there are a couple of interesting points here. First and foremost, as Eugene said, we need finally $800 and the according drone in order to book the smart contracts, and then you are already qualified to book the next tier, so tier 3 a second time, and the next $400 you crowdfund, then 90% of that will go into trading. And this is really, really huge, because I remember backwards, and this was, I'm not even sure, I think it was in October or November 21, where we started crowdfunding the Forex pool. We had 50% in trading. And I think it started, I think it was from tier 8 in the backwards when 70% started. And even everybody who joined from your side, Eugene, or joined in my team at this time, we started trading in April last year. And even with just 50% in trading, I think everybody was latest in November, they were break even. They had all their funds out. Now, guess what happens when you have 90% in trading? And even if you have to book the first 2 packages with, let's say, 50% in trading, then the third package in 70, and then you can buy, if you want, a third package of a second, a third, a fourth time. You can buy it as often as you want, or you can upgrade once to tier 4, which is then 1 time 70% again, and then the tier 4 starting from the second tier is also 90%, and you can buy it as often as you want, which means you're getting very, very close to the 90% in trading. It might be, depending on how often you buy the second package, might be 85% or 87%, but you get very, very close. And the more money goes into trading, the more quickly you get your investment in the crowdfunding out. Of course, according to the results that have been conducted over the last 11 months, we cannot promise that exactly these results we'll see in future, but it looks pretty good that exactly this will happen. Of course, as I said, nobody can promise that, but it means that people might get and we had a similar promotion, but started from tier 5 in December. This was a one-time promotion, and now having this for 3 months, I would say, and we most probably need to do the maths, but it is very, very likely that people's latest after 5 to 6 months have a realistic chance, if the results stay similar, that they have their money back. And this is something which I personally really like, because I'm a huge fan of Robert Kiyosaki, and he's always for infinite return. And you just reduce costs or you reduce risks. So once you have the money that you put into crowdfunding out, what is the risks that is left? There's no risk left. And what is the return that you get? You get infinite return, because you have everything back, and starting from that date, we have infinite return, and we have thousands of people in the organization who already receive that. So it's easier than ever to get people just showing the results and getting people on board. It's just, I would say it's simpler than ever before.
Right, I agree. You know what I envision? That with the hedge fund, we will have momentum packs only, but maybe it's just me, right? So
we'll see what happens. Can I last comment on the shares? I think this is also really, really nice. And this is, I think this is a huge thanks to everybody who believed in Daisy and Endotech from the very beginning, because it means that it's getting more, you still have the chance to get shares starting from tier 3, but it's also a recognition for everyone who joined earlier, because your shares are more worth because they were easier to get. And then nowadays, there will not, the next 3 months, there will not as many shares being coming to the market as before. So I think it's a huge thanks for everybody who trusted in Daisy and trusted in Enutech. And it's at the same time, this is the last chance. And again, for people who not only come here for crowdfunding itself, but also would like to do, let's say, some sales and onboard a team, this is the last chance in the next 3 months to get Enutech shares. There will be the next chance that you get is you can buy it on market for formal price. That's it.
Well, I agree with you. I think this is a way to appreciate the early adopters, so the shares will not be diluted as much as they were previously. So shares only start with tier 3. Yeah, I think people who got shares already, they will appreciate. I agree. So I would suggest we switch gears because now we are moving from Daisy Crypto and Daisy Forex to a totally new thing that was announced a year ago, or even, I think we started talking about Liquid, I don't know, 1.5 years ago. Can that be? I think so. And so in Dubai, we had people from Liquid on stage, right? So initially, we were talking about some partners, some strategic partners on Liquid mining coming out of Canada. So the new approach is that Daisy is collaborating with a new partner out of Russia. And those people were on stage, Dmitry and Yevgeny, they were presenting the whole thing. And Liquid has actually launched at the Dubai event, right? So Liquid mining is now live, and you guys can now go to liquidmining.com. You will just be able to use your existing TronLink wallet, your Daisy TronLink wallet. If you connect, it will recognize you as a Daisy member. It will show you your username, and all you will have to do is set up a password, and you can start participating in Liquid mining. So, and this is an exclusive offer to all existing Daisy members. So people outside of Daisy, they cannot even join, right? They cannot even join at this stage. And if you guys wanna get instant updates about Liquid, join the Telegram group that you see here on the slide, NFT Liquid. And you can also have a look at the white paper. It's also linked on the liquidmining.com website, or you just, use that URL that you see here. So, and what Liquid allows you to do. So the initial idea was slightly different. The initial idea was that we do Bitcoin mining using the Liquid emergent method of cooling, right? But now we moved to GPU mining. So GPU mining is pretty much altcoin mining. So altcoins are all coins apart from Bitcoin, right? And in this case, we can call them coins because they're all being mined using the proof of work concept, using hardware, right? So they are not minted, they are mined. So that's why we can call them coins. And this is the different products you can choose from. So you can start with a GPU, and you can upgrade towards a rig, and then you can go to a rack, you can go to a container, and this is the prices that you see here. So we pretty much pay with USDT on the Tron blockchain. So this will not change for you guys. So I think you're all used to USDT on the Tron blockchain. So so first we buy the mining equipment, then we buy the installation fee. Well, that sounds weird. We pay the installation fee, which is $25, and then we download the app. So, and there is a exclusive offer to all Daisy members. We don't pay any power until April the 1st, right? So typically you will have to pay power or electricity when you run a physical mining. So, and this will be discontinued until 1st of April, right? So this is a special offer to all Daisy members. So you just go to liquidmining.com, as I mentioned. You will see your username once you connect with your Daisy TronLink wallet. you set up a password, and then you buy the equipment, you pay the installation fee, you install the Liquid app that runs on Android. And if you have an iOS, if you have an iPhone, you will need to use the Test Flight app. But you will be prompted to the Test Flight app when you scan the URL, if you scan the QR code on the website. So you install the app, and then you log in with your DAISY login and password that you just created on liquidmining.com, and you will see your equipment. All you have to do is to install it, just to start it, and choose from different altcoins that you want to mine. Oh, I don't have the screenshot. Oh, no, I do have the screenshot. Here on the right, you see the different altcoins that you can mine. So, and the first three that you see here, you will notice there is not even a price attached to those. So those coins don't even exist or are not available for trading, right? So you pretty much mine those before they get listed and traded. So very early. And this is a, what is it? The project name is HCF. Well, you can Google it, guys. I will not talk about this project right now, but yes, this is the coins you can mine. All right, and this is the other screenshot that you see. And this is my screenshot, so I'm mining this HCFC coin, right? Yeah, you just choose a coin and you start mining. That's it. It's pretty easy. It's pretty easy. And if you have difficulties, just join some of the groups, the official crowdfunding group. I don't know where to direct people, to be honest. I think they will create a special Liquid Telegram group for that.
I think there's already, based on what I've seen, at least I joined already a specific group. And I think even on the website it's referred to. So what I can say, I think I signed, this is 1.5 years or something ago, I signed an NDA where I was not allowed to talk about Liquid in any way. And then the founders took roughly 2 hours time with myself and explained me all the details of what is upcoming. And I think we are on a very interesting road. We're not yet there, but we're on a very interesting road, which means, first of all, they delivered the promise that let's say a new entity in terms of mining project will start, and this has been started at the event. At the moment, the focus is on altcoin mining, and this is, I think, very, very important. What Eugene said. If you're interested in having a couple of altcoins, especially also some, let's say, new projects which where due diligence was made, I think this is very, very interesting. Yeah, to get into Liquid mining now. What is, from my view, interesting is the full setup, which means you don't need to have any technical experience or something like that. You just finally follow these steps. And in the end, you have your app, and you have different kind of NFTs that you purchased. And yeah, everything is running on its own once you follow the process, and you see the process is straightforward. We had even a couple of people at the event already starting downloading the app and buying racks and different GPUs and so on, and starting testing and getting results out of that, and getting first coins. And I see this as a first step in delivering what has been promised, and I see this very positive, because we have now the full, let's say, also from a technical side, in terms of apps and how everything is working in the background, we have the full setup, which is necessary for further growth. And one of the last sentences on that presentation that has been mentioned in Dubai is that also Bitcoin mining is upcoming this year. I think, Eugene, they said something like end of the year. We'll see. I am not sure what I'm allowed to say or not, based on the fact that I signed this NDA 1.5 years ago. That's why I'm a little bit, I don't want to say too much, but what I can say is that this is a very, very good start. And the cool thing is it starts immediately, which means they have already, or from my understanding is that the founders already bought a couple, I say a couple, but there's a lot of these racks, which means you can start instantly. There's no need, and usually the idea was that it might take 3 to 5 months until everything is set up, start from the buying. And here you can start earning instantly. I think this is very, very nice. So everyone who's interested in altcoin mining, I think this is an amazing chance to do so. And I can say for me personally, I'm interested in Bitcoin, which means I will look very, very in detail into this project, when exactly we can start mining on Bitcoin, and hopefully we're getting some news further down this year.
Right. Thanks, Sebastian, that you mentioned Bitcoin. I forgot to mention that. So if you guys want to do Bitcoin mining, you will have to wait. I think until the end of this year. That's what I heard. And yes, the big advantage of the new approach is that we don't have to wait for 4 or 5 months until the hardware arrives. So what I heard, and don't quote me, that the founders have purchased capacity $30 million worth, right? So we can buy mining equipment worth $30 million and without having to wait until it starts mining. So I started my rig, and in a few hours I saw some coins already. Yeah, I'm looking at the questions in the chat. We will have a short Q&A session after this this presentation, and the specification of the GPO is on the screen right here, as you can see. You will see it in the app as well. So yeah, I think we move on to the next topic, unless there is something you want to mention on Liquid. I think we are done with this topic.
No, that's fine. I'm typing in parallel in the chat.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, switching gears again. Events. So there will be a lot of different events happening. We will only mention those global, well, I call them global, but there will be a European event, there will be an Asian event, and there will be this leadership event that you see in front of you. This will happen in, I don't even know how to pronounce it, Phuket? Sounds French. Phuket. Oh, Phuket, thank you. In Thailand in December. So, and you cannot just buy a ticket to go there. You will have to qualify. So, and to qualify, you need to produce $5 million in team volume coming from 2 different legs, right? So it cannot be just a runaway leg with one person helping you to qualify. You need to build 2, and liquid volume will also count, okay? So you pretty much need to build 2.5 on one with one person, 2.5 with another person, right? To qualify for this event. And this will happen in a very exclusive location, as you can imagine. And the founders expect around 50 people to qualify for this, right?
Yeah. And then count 50 times 5 million, which means they expect until end of August getting more money in than currently is trading.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so they expect huge growth, which I can fully understand based on the announcements made.
Yeah, I should have mentioned that too. Thank you. Qualification ends end of August. Yeah, as far as other events, so the biggest momentum we see in Europe is definitely happening in Hungary. I don't know how many Hungarians there were. I think 300.
I can say, yeah, definitely more than 200. I spoke to the main leader of Hungary, as well as to the main leader, amazing woman from Tokyo. And there's a reason why these 2 cities have been chosen. More than 200 people from Budapest had joined in Dubai, and I think more than 400 people, mainly women. I was very impressed, even with small babies, joined the event in Dubai. And this is more or less the reason why they said, okay, let's not do too many events on one continent. Let's focus on one area. And I think especially for Germany, I can say it is a lovely time in September to go to Budapest. It's it still feels like summer. and Budapest is an amazing city. So if you didn't have the chance to go there, then please join us. And Tokyo, I have to say, is limited, I think, to 2,000 members from what I heard. So if you're really interested to go to Tokyo, then try to get tickets early.
Yeah. We had the Hungarian leader on stage, Ivica. They say Ivica, but I think Ivica is the right way to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Did he say he has 27 direct pay setter goals? I mean, this is so he basically
huge.
9 leadership shares, right? Which is just crazy. Yeah, obviously there is a reason why they go to Hungary. And from what I understood, this Japanese event will also be available with English translate, or they will have English translators. So I see a lot of European people wanting to go there. I don't know if you will go, Sebastian, but I think this will be huge.
Yeah, Tokyo is special. Let's see. That would be something where I would like to take my family with me. But let's see.
Yeah. So I can tell you exactly how many Japanese were at the event. 520. So like 20% of all attendees were Japanese. And how many many ladies have on stage? I mean, like 95% of the leaders are female. Wow. Yeah.
And most of them were mothers, taking care of their home and so on. And and on a side effect, they made the leadership share. Yeah, it's just amazing to see that. And this is possible everywhere. I think they are the proof that everyone can become a leader.
Yes, we had even one lady coming with her baby on stage. Wow. Yeah. Anyway, if you go to Facebook, our Facebook group, you will see a nice video where all the achievers from Japan, showing their rings. I don't know how many that were, almost 100, I guess. So crazy momentum in Japan and Hungary. All right, so let's finish up with this announcement here. Limitless. I mentioned there were few, how shall I say, big themes, right? So one was Daisy Waves, one was Fearless. I think the Hungarian guy brought this up, and one was Limitless. And Limitless is actually one of the, it is a username of one of the founders. I will not say which one, because you guys will now go to TronScan and figure out what his sales is. But yes, it's a username, and this will be the big theme of the next event. And guess where it will happen? Dubai. And the capacity will be 10,000, which is 4 times bigger than what we had last week. So, and go ahead.
Amazing is also that they would like us to pay in crypto. This is so originally they wanted to start the sale already at the event. But I think they had some kind of payment partner which only allowed USDT on Ethereum chain, so as ERC20 token, and they were not really 100% happy with that approach. So finally they said, okay, we're doing our own payment service. That's why it will take still a couple of days or maximum 2 to 3 weeks where we can fully order our tickets. But, and that's a very, really positive thing, we will be able to pay in TRC20 USDT token. So exactly with your Tron wallet, you will be able to pay the $149, and that's amazing. So you can take parts of your profits and directly pay with it.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm really excited if we will be able to fill that room with 10,000 people. Wow. So maybe we go back to the Coca-Cola arena. Who knows?
Most probably, yes.
Okay, so it's been an hour now that we talked. So I guess we will allow 10 minutes for Q&A, if you don't mind, Sebastian.
Yeah. Yes, time was flying. I already, and some of you might have seen, I'd already tried to answer a couple of the questions in the chat. Yeah, this is a promotion. It depends. I'll just see how long will the ticket be. $149. Originally, it was planned for roughly 2 or 3 weeks, so they only want, and then they will, I think, increase it to $199 exactly. So it depends a little bit when the sale will start. So once it started, it will be probably 2 or 3 weeks, and then price will go up.
Okay, yeah. So guys, you can use the chat to ask your questions, or you can unmute. This is now allowed. Meanwhile, I will take this question. Oh yeah, you answered already. The ROI on mining. Yeah, we
I
cannot.
try to answer everything.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so the ROI, I mean, this is, how shall I phrase it? I mean, Daisy Forex is high risk, right? And Liquid is like high risk, because this is altcoins. They can be worth nothing, but they can also be worth 100x, 200x. So yeah, I mean, if those altcoins,
I think what Eugene, I think what is interesting is I'm just referring back to the presentation that they gave. Now, I think they this partner proved, based on their experience and knowledge, that they are really good in doing due diligence and finding key projects that at a very early stage. And of course, the earlier you start mining, the more from the overall cake you become. So one of their goals is, in partnership with Daisy, to enable the Daisy members who said, yes, I want to go to liquid mining, to be with some of the coins at a very early stage. Now, of course, nobody can guarantee, and that's exactly why Eugene has a little bit an issue with this return on invest. Nobody can guarantee that the coins will go up in price. It depends on the project and finally on the due diligence, and if this project will become successful. But their track record, and based on what they showed us on stage on the presentation and some of the questions they answered, this was quite interesting. And that's why I came up here also in the chat with the answer that usually it should be less than a year, at least based on past experience, it should be less than a year. Yeah, but again, nobody can promise, because altcoin market can go anywhere.
right. So a question in the chat. There are people who, for purposes of affordability, bought momentum packages as a group. How will KYC work in such situations for the hedge fund? Well, I guess this group will have to assign one person that will do the KYC, right?
I can at least answer from my side. We have a similar situation in my teams, but what we have, especially also here in Germany, to German law, they founded a company. So there I have one group of people with around 8 or 9 people, and they founded a company, and they're all part of this company, and then the company will do the KYC. I think in terms of being compliant, this would be the, let's say, finally the most easiest way, because everybody then has a share at the company and finally a share at the account. So that would be, at least from what I've seen in practice, my personal recommendation.
Right. Okay. Is there? Oh yeah, you answered. You answered most of the questions. So guys, any new questions? You can also unmute, right? If you want to. I think you will find a little mic icon in the left lower corner to unmute. Sally, you're the brave one.
Well, brave, I've only got 1 and 2, and how can you just say, I mean, I know all you people are far forward and got lots more in it than I have, and I realise that I've got 3 months to get as much money as I can into this. So what would you say, me, little starter?
So you are on tier 1 right now? Oh, you're mute.
You're mute. Yeah.
No, I bought 1 and 2 and half of the Infinity, but there's another Zoom call tomorrow that our helper is going to help us with, I think. But
well, obviously we cannot give you a financial advice here, but I mean, as soon as you reach tier 3, I mean, the obvious choice would be a momentum pack, this will really.
What is a momentum pack? I know that's
Oh.
a silly question.
Okay. Yeah. So on the regular tier 3 package, only 70% goes into trading. And on a momentum pack, 90% goes into trading. So that really helps you optimize your trading volume.
Yeah.
And you can buy as
Definitely.
many of those babies as you want. That's why they call them unlimited.
Until end
You
of
can
May.
buy as many momentum packs. How much do they cost?
So you can buy starting from tier 3. Once you bought tier 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, doesn't matter. Let's assume you're on tier 3. You can buy tier 3 as often as you want. And every time you buy it, 90% will go into trading. So tier 3 would be then $400. So once you buy it a second time, then out of these $400, the second time, 90% go into trading. You can also choose to say, okay, I will go first to tier 4, then tier 4 would be $800, and the first time 70% go into trading, and then the second time when you buy tier 4 would be another $800, then 90% go into trading. But you don't have to go to tier 4. If you want, let's say, you can also stick to tier 3 and buy a couple of tier 3 packages. And I can say, remember, for example, from my team in December, there was a similar promotion, but it started at tier 5, and this was already $1,600. And I remember, I think he bought 73 packages of tier 5, which is insane. But you can imagine the cash flow that he's currently doing based on the results that we've seen since December. Yeah, that's quite impressive.
Yeah,
Brilliant. I'm much more in the know. Thank you for that.
All right.
You're welcome.
Welcome. Thanks for your question. Abraham is asking, how can I already in tier 2 get into the momentum pack? Well, the only way will be go to tier 3 first and then go to tier 3 momentum.
Yeah. And this is already a huge promotion, because in December, when we had the promotion, it was starting from tier 5. So now, yes, it's one time $400, but the $400 already 70% and the first time buying go into trading. And then starting from the second time, it's 90%.
Yeah, I see a lot of questions around the momentum packs. I guess this is.
Yeah, also Belinda raised her hands. Maybe we take her. Belinda, if you want, you can unmute yourself.
Someone asked if momentum packs have shares.
Yes, they have. Based on what I know, they have.
Yeah, me too.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's actually not Belinda, it's Toby, her husband.
Yeah, we thought the voice was strange for Belinda.
I was going to say hi, Belinda, but then
Yeah, a bit confusing, sorry. So
worry.
we've just recently got on and we brought 2 momentum packs, and we're now trying to get our team below us with referrals. And someone was saying that between now and May, if we've got to sell like 3 or 4 lots of 5,000, and then that would give us the shares for each month.
Yep. That's
you're referring to them.
Yeah.
Maybe we can go back to the slide.
For the builders, Paul, yeah.
This is a
Could you explain that a bit more to me, because we're a bit confused?
Yeah,
Yes.
Eugene, I'll let you start.
Yeah, all right. So you earn a builder share if you produce, let me put Sister Rose. If you produce $5,000 direct volume coming from 2 different legs, you will earn 1 builder share, right?
Okay.
So this is how it works. And there is an overview of how those pools, the builder pools, will be funded. I mean, we will not go into details, but typically with 1 share, you earn, I mean, last month it was it 56? I don't remember. At some point it was 200, then it was 100. I think the latest was 56. So when you produce $5,000 direct volume, you get 1 share in the builder's pool.
And how much does the builder's pool pay out per a month or whatever at the moment?
At the moment, well, the last one was $56. And if you build 4 of those shares, before end of May, you will get permanent shares, right? So you will get paid as long as the pool exists until end of May.
Okay.
2024. Yeah.
And how many permanent shares do you get then?
Well, if you build 20,000, this will be 4 permanent shares, right, Sebastian? Is my math
Okay.
correct?
Okay.
Does that have to be a bit?
Yeah, and you have to do, does that have to be put for 1 month or over every month, March, April, and May?
Yeah, if you earn shares
20,000 each
3
month.
months in a row, you get permanent shares.
Okay, so it's got to be a total of 60,000 then. But you put 20,000 per month.
So there's 2 ways. If you build 1 share per month 3 times in a row, like 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, or you build 20,000 at once. This will also qualify you for permanent shares. So
Okay, great.
It's not. Yeah, okay.
Okay, thank you for answering that.
Yeah, thank you, because that actually does clarify a lot, because we were told that it was like 20,000 each month until the end of May, but actually that clarifies a lot that it's it doesn't have to be that. Thank you.
there's a video on
And now you
YouTube
got Belinda.
by Michael Faust, and that explains the whole thing in very detail. Yeah?
Microphone.
So you can learn all about it.
Okay, we'll look for that.
Thank you.
Great. Okay, thank you.
I'm just trying to read a long message in the chat with regard to USDT. And what I can say is that we had a couple of issues in the beginning with the smart contracts, and therefore the smart contracts have been fully redesigned and reprogrammed. And first of all, USDT at the moment, at least on a short and medium term, I don't say too many complications, but I am fully aware of what you're talking about without going too much into the details. Now, what is the positive side? We're using the Tron blockchain, and on the Tron blockchain, we're using a stable coin. In this case, it's USDT, in order to get funds into the crowdfunding and also getting profits out of the crowdfunding. And at a later stage, it will then be in the hedge fund. But especially if you're speaking about Forex trading, the USDT will be moved into a fiat currency backwards into USD in order to do the Forex trades. So which means as long as the Forex trades are conducted, we don't talk about a stable coin anymore. We're not talking about USDT anymore. And the only ways, and that's also one of the reasons why we can only start the payout on the weekend, because on the weekend there's no Forex trading, and then they see how many payouts are requested on Saturday and Sunday, and then they do the payouts on the Monday. That's the reason why. On the other hand, even though I cannot fully guarantee that, but I know let's say the Alex, the developer who and his team fully developed all the smart contracts. I personally think that, as I said, it's my personal opinion, if it's coming hard by hard, they will be able to switch to another stable coin. For example, on Tron, there is another one which you might even see in your wallet, which is USDD. So I wouldn't be nervous on that topic, because it's just it's just something that we just need one stable coin in order to proceed. And if for whatever reason we're getting issues with USDT in future, maybe next year or the year after, which I think we're safe, but again, there are different opinions on that, then I think they will be able to migrate the smart contract in a way that they can also pay out a different stable coin.
Right. And also what we learned from Endotech, they can switch from USDT to whatever a stable coin in no time, right? They can do it tomorrow. So if for some reason USDT will turn out to be not safe, they can switch to USDC, for example. Stephen, thanks for the clarification. So I have to correct myself, everybody. So you need to have 4 builder shares 3 months in a row, like 20,000 per month. to earn permanent shares in the builders pool. Thanks for that clarification.
And it can only be up to $2,500 per user are recognized. That's also important.
Yes.
You cannot just have single user with $20,000. This doesn't work. So in order to build, it means build organization, and therefore they make a limit of a maximum of $2,500 per user per month.
Right.
That can contribute to this pool.
Right. So once again, you build 20,000 in March, 20,000 in April, 20,000 in May, and it has to follow the 50-50 rule, and you will qualify for permanent shares. Well, in that case, permanent means like until end of May 2024. Okay. What else do we have? Well, I feel like it's time to wrap up, but maybe we can take one more. The cost of energy for the mining rigs, the electricity cost. I think it's on the homepage.
Yeah, I also remember that it might be even possible to overclock your processors, which leads to more electricity consumption. So my understanding is that that you can buy different kind of electricity NFT packages which then will be consumed. But I'm not sure if we have full details on how much that is. But I think I've seen one matrix in the Telegram group where they talked a little bit about energy consumption, how much that is. So the good thing is they are now, I mean, they're fully ready for us as a DAISY community. They have a couple of service employees who are just waiting that we are asking the questions in the group. And I think even though I cannot show you any slide now, but I'm nearly 100% sure that this question has been answered in the Telegram chat from Liquid Mining.
All right, good. So I think with this, we can wrap up, unless there's anything you want to say, Sebastian, before we close up.
No, again, thanks a lot for inviting. I think there are lots of news, and I fully understand that we're not able to make it within 1 hour, but it's also amazing to have so many people joined. I see just another hand up, Sister Rose. I'm not sure if she has a short question where we can.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning. All right, good morning.
Thank you so much for all this info. I'm really excited. I was at the gym, so I was trying to catch up some information, but I didn't get everything. But I have one quick question. Like, if somebody is already in tier 4, how does that apply to them, like for the momentum pack?
Yeah, you can buy as
Now that they started at 3. Now that they start at 3.
Yes, you are qualified for tier 3 and tier 4 momentum packs. So you can buy as many tier 4 momentum packs and as many as tier 3 momentum packs as you want.
So I guess my question is not, the answer is not clear. Like, since you're already on tier 4, are you getting the 90% already, or do you have to get another pack in order for you to participate?
You need to buy a momentum pack, an additional pack.
Okay.
On the 90% that goes into trading.
So it doesn't matter whether if it's tier 3 you buy or tier 4 or tier 5. You will still get the 90% in trading.
Correct. Yep. All right. Good. So
thank you so much.
You're welcome, Sister.
You're welcome.
Thanks for
Can you just say how much a momentum pack costs? Because that's got to be another cost.
Which one? Tier 3 or tier 4?
Well, tier 3.
400.
Oh,
400.
right. But I thought tier 3 itself was 400, and then another 400 for the momentum pack.
Yeah.
Exactly. You just buy tier 3 a second time. And it's called momentum pack, and therefore if you buy it a second time or a third time or a fourth time, then anytime get 90% in trading instead of 70%.
No, you did say that earlier, and I just Thank you
Don't
very
worry.
much. That's
You're welcome.
clarified.
No worries.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. So as always, we will upload the recording to YouTube and share it in the Telegram group and the Facebook group, so you guys can watch the replay and share with your people, friends, whatever. So thanks a lot for coming, for joining us today, and thanks a lot, Sebastian, for helping me and co-moderating this.
Yeah, it was a pleasure to be invited, and it made also a lot of fun also to get this feedback. So thanks a lot to the full audience for helping us making this an awesome call and getting our questions answered. Thanks a lot.
All right. Thanks, everybody, and see you soon.
Yeah, all the best. Bye-bye.